She is the villain of the moment, and she knows it. This is all deliberate.
Yep.
You know, by her metrics of success, which are attention, which is attention, she's doing pretty good. She's on the 5. We have to stare at it. It's gross. And publicity is good. Publicity is now any attention is good attention, except for attention when you're just being repulsive, because that leaves a lasting impression or perhaps a stain. It's what we used to call a freak show. You know, you look at her and you hear her and it's not a pleasant experience. You go, ooh, I'm glad I'm not that. It's the feeling you got when you were in grade school and you went to the carnival and you saw the bearded lizard lady and you go, ooh, I'm glad I saw that, but I'm glad I'm not that. I think she performs a service for everybody by being so repulsive that like the bar is now lowered and everybody else feels a little lighter.
So apparently President Trump has dementia now. Well, at least that's according to liberal podcaster Jennifer Welch, who called him a dementia-ridden a-hole running the United States. That's a lot of heat for the man who's actually running the country. This is a projection at its finest. They fling the worst labels at Trump while refusing to reckon with their own problems and narrative failures. But don't take my word for it. Listen to what she had to say. This vile creature, as you remember, Nancy Pelosi called Trump in a previous video that I did. Take a listen to Jennifer Welch.
An incompetent, dementia-ridden asshole running the United States of America right now. He is so over his skis. It is so abundantly obvious. Shame on corporate media or any media that isn't covering this absolute mental decline, the likes of which the world has never seen, to quote him, on full display. And because he absolutely does not understand foreign policy, he ends up sending out on his social media platform that he had to form because he got kicked off of all of the others after he tried to overthrow the federal government and have his supporters kill his vice president. He calls it True Social. I like to call it Lie Social. Here's what he posts. The United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country. This was accomplished, including a complete update and renovation of existing weapons during my first term in office. Because of the tremendous destructive power, I hated to do it, but had no choice. Russia is second and China is a distant third, but will be even within 5 years. Because of other countries' testing programs, I've instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis. That process will begin immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then we go into caps lock, President Donald J. Trump. What the fuck? I mean, this person should not have nuclear weapons. He got lost in Japan while the Japanese prime minister was walking him in basically a square. He couldn't follow the instructions. This is a 911. I remember a time when the Republican Party cared about our country and about our military and wasn't so blindly loyal to a demagogue with dementia. It's unbelievable how cowardice these MAGA men are. These same MAGA men who say that women are too emotional and not strong enough to be in leadership positions. Yet their leadership is following this sack of shit with dementia to hell. And to rip up our country in the process because they can't fucking admit they were wrong. They just can't do it. And it's so maddening that we have to read this shit from the president of the United States on a daily basis. He should have an Etch-a-Sketch in a padded cell, in a straitjacket, in a prison, and in the insane asylum ward of the prison. And he can pretend he's Hannibal Lecter, and he can send out this shit on his Etch-a-Sketch. And to him, it will probably all be the same thing. You can throw in some sycophants around him just for spite, so that he feels like he has his entourage with him. But this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable that the media goes along with this. It's unacceptable that Republicans go along with this. This is fucking bananas.
What? Did you just hear her? You know, a glass of lemonade, refreshing, not Jennifer Welch. Here she is talking about Trump got lost in Japan. He didn't know where to go and it was a square. What? What happened to Biden? You remember Biden walking off the stage, stooping like he's about to take a number two in his pants on stage? What about all the times he would freeze up when speaking to an audience or to the press? What? And Trump has dementia? Come on, get out of here, Jennifer. You're just looking for attention. Okay. You were quite silent when Biden was going through his own thing. And we were, the whole entire world was trying to raise the alarm, the 911 call on Biden and his decline. So get out of here. It's amazing how they just love to talk through both sides of their mouths. It cheapens real concerns about cognitive decline and turns serious discussion into partisan insult. This is a classic projection of politics. When emotion replaces evidence, you get blanket accusations. They've painted Trump as mentally unfit so often that it becomes the reflective response to any criticism. Whether you love him or hate him, attacking the man's mental state is just uncalled for. And it's a political shortcut. It's easier to call someone dementia-ridden than to explain policy failures or inconsistent messaging across the media ecosystem. But here's the thing, and it isn't just this one podcaster. The media echo chamber amplifies this extreme takes because outrage get clicks. So instead of a sober analysis, we get weaponized insults that feed division. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you think of this rant that Jennifer Welch went on to talk about Trump. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's accurate? I want to hear from you. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye for now.